How much electronic music gear can $300 buy? Let's find out. Ah, I had Flamin' Hot Cheetos with my lunch. Dang it.
Freebie.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and be sure to check out my free upcoming live stream concert, Freebeat Live Clash of Fools. It's on Friday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hope to see you there. Let's get started. So here at Freebeat, we primarily deal with budget electronic music gear. And in the past, I've spoken that I believe that the cutoff for budget electronic music gear is right around $300. But I don't think I've ever explained why I feel that way. And honestly, until I started thinking about what I was going to say in this video, I'm not sure that I knew why I felt that way. But I can now say that I firmly believe $300 is the cutoff for budget electronic music gear. And reason being, it's because I think it's the lowest price point at which we can find the highest value per our dollar. So today I just want to go over some of the options that you have at this incredible price point when it comes to electronic music gear. So first we're going to talk about gear that actually costs $300-ish by itself. And it's really hard to talk about gear that costs $300-ish without talking about the Behringer clones. So this is a dusty Behringer Model D, a clone of the Moog Mini Moog, arguably the most famous synthesizer of all time. This guy retails for a little less than $300 actually, and is a phenomenal value. I've got several videos covering this here on my channel, and people much more knowledgeable and skilled than me have made some phenomenal content featuring this guy as well. However, Behringer has several different clones at this price point. See, you can also get the Behringer Crave, honestly for about $200, which is a really good deal. There's the Behringer Neutron, there's the Cat, there's the Wasp, and probably a few more that I am forgetting. However, what if we want to talk digital synths? Well, don't worry, you've got plenty of options there as well. Starting off with the Arturia Microfreak. You guys know how I feel about this one. Digital oscillator with a whole bunch of different oscillator types, an analog filter, envelope LFO, cycling envelope that can either double as a second envelope or as a second LFO, a crazy deep patch bay with the ability to modulate your modulations, a very awesome, unique keybed that allows you to modulate your sound depending on how much of your Flamin' Hot Cheeto finger is covering the key. This guy has it all. Built-in sequencer, as well as a fun and easy-to-use arpeggiator. Yeah, and if you get the black version here, which does not come with the gooseneck mic, it's less than $300. This is probably the most dollar per synth of anything in this list, just so you know. Now, you can also get several other digital synths in the $300 price range. Yamaha, for instance, has the Reface DX, which is a reimagining of their classic DX7 synthesizer, which is basically the sound of the 80s. You can pick up the 8-bit Warps for right around $200, I believe, which is also a fantastic synthesizer. There is no lack of options in this price point. Really quick, I do want to touch on drum machines. Now, I don't own this one, but the Arturia Drum Brute Impact is $299 right now, and that is a great deal for an analog, fully analog drum machine. Again, I don't have one, but I've watched many videos on it, and it seems phenomenal. It sounds absolutely fantastic, and well, to my ear, it sounds like it costs a lot more than $300. However, in my opinion, the better drum machines actually are far less than $300. We'll get to those in just a sec. But before that, I want to talk about my final category of devices that cost less than $300, groove boxes. This is the Electron model cycles. They also have the model samples. And really quick, if we ignore the sample manipulation of the model samples and the FM sound engine of the model cycles, I know there's a lot of people out there that would just pay $300 for the Electron Sequencer by itself. I've done several videos on this amazing sequencer. The chance and conditional triggers alone, I think, are worth the price. You can do some absolutely incredible things with this sequencer. The model cycles and model samples both have 6 tracks that you can send out via MIDI to control whatever other gear you'd like. You can store up to 96 projects, which is basically a song. On the cycles and the samples, a project consists of up to 96 patterns. A pattern can be up to 4 measures, 64 steps long, and you get full resolution when editing the sequences of those patterns. So there is a ton you can do, let alone the synth engine in the cycles and the sample manipulation of the samples. Phenomenal value. They are both $299 US. Okay, so that's it for gear that costs $300 off the rip. Now, what kind of setup can we put together for less than $300? Well, let's talk a little bit about the Korg Volkas. This is the Korg Volka keys. It's an analog synth. However, there are plenty of other synthesizers and drum machines in the Korg Volka line. They all retail for about $150 US. There's a couple that are $200 US, but for the most part, $150 US. You could get 2 of these into a setup. They make the keys, which is an analog synth. They have the bass, which is an analog synth as well. They have both an analog drum machine with the beats and a digital drum machine with the Volka drum. They have a terrific FM synthesizer with the Volka FM. They also have a sampler with the Volka samples. Now, one thing I should mention about the Volka sample, as well as the Electron model samples that we talked about, is that you do need a computer to load the samples onto those devices via USB. Unfortunately, they don't have SD card slots, but at the price they're at, it's hard to complain about that. Like I said, I've got the Volka keys here. I absolutely adore this thing. It was my first analog synthesizer, and I still use it to this day. So again, $150, great value. Next up, we have the Korg NTS1. Now this won my Gear of the Year award for last year, and there's good reason to it. This thing is a powerhouse of a machine. This retails for just $99 US. It's a monophonic synthesizer with custom oscillator types, and it also has 3 different effects types in there. It's got modulation effects, delay effects, and reverb effects. Now, the cool thing is that it has an audio import on the back, so you can run a line into this and use the built-in effects to affect whatever audio is coming in. So not only is this an awesome synthesizer, it's a great effects box. And as you probably know, users online can create their own oscillators as well as their own effects and give them to you to download into your own NTS1, basically making it endlessly expandable. In my opinion, the NTS1 should be a part of every budget setup, no matter what. That brings us to the final item on our list, which is the Teenage Engineering Pocket Operators. These are little synthesizers and drum machines that all retail for less than $100, but sound phenomenal. This is the PO32 Tonic, and it is, in my opinion, the best sounding drum machine under $500. You can load your own sounds into it. You can sequence up to 16 different patterns and chain those in any way that you'd like. You can morph your sounds via the knobs. There's a lot to it. And when combined with the NTS1, it sounds absolutely phenomenal. And this is the PO33. Now mine happens to be broken due to an unfortunate camera incident. However, it is a great device. It's a sampler, meaning that you can record whatever you want into it and then choose to play back that audio at different pitches or chop it up and use it like a drum patch. It is very, very versatile. You get 40 seconds of sampling time, which is very generous given the price and the size of this. Just incredible instruments. So as much as I do love the Korg Volkas, if I was gonna pick my favorite setup between all the gear that we've looked at today, I would put the Volka keys aside and I would choose these 3 devices here. In my opinion, this setup ticks a lot of boxes in what a budget setup should be. Everything is small and compact, and you have lots of expandability options in the future. For instance, the PO32 Tonic drum machine can swap out sounds via the Microtonic VST software or other users that have created their own custom kits and uploaded them online. The NTS1, like we discussed, can add custom oscillator types as well as effects, meaning that, again, the expandability is virtually endless. And the PO33KO is a sampler. You can record whatever you'd like into it and use that to arrange full songs. So with these 3 instruments, you can make full featured songs, no problem. You could even have vocals if you wanted, recording into the PO33KO. And this setup actually comes in right around $280 US, so we are shy of that $300 price point, but I hope this just helps you guys understand how many options you have in the $300 price bracket when it comes to electronic music gear. You can have everything from pocket operators all the way to a full-fledged groove box, all the way to a clone of the greatest synthesizer of all time, the Moog Model D. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, or at least enjoyable. If you did, go ahead and leave a like on it. If not, you can leave a dislike, that's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.